Ryan, when we talked this week, I know you had said that your dad hadn't given you the path talk yet. Has that conversation happened yet? And,
yeah, it has.
Really?
He saw me talk about it on media day, and he said, I liked his answer. So his pep talk this year, he's like, well, I haven't talked to you about the path because you haven't left the path. You're on the same path you are to go that you were last year. You've been on that same path all year this year to win another championship. He said your path is so bright the astronauts can see it in outer space. So, so yeah, he gave me his talk, and he's like, yeah, you haven't left it. So there's no reason to get back on a path. So hopefully we can, take what we learned last year, kind of in the playoffs as a team and as a group, and hopefully our speed's there to where we can execute, not have any mistakes internally on our side. And I think if we can kind of keep it clean and perform like I know we can perform, hopefully we have a shot at it. So we'll see.
Do you know what to expect with the asphalt, the way it's been aging?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every year we come here, every race we come back, it's just more handling. It's funny, like the colors changed in it. Every year we come back, it gets lighter. It usually means loss of grip most of the time. So I think that's good. That's kind of turning into a more handling race. I think that makes it a little bit trickier when you have something like that. It's like, because it's a conversation every time we come back here. It's like, all right, well, how much downforce are we going to put in it? We can't run it the same that we did a year ago just because it's lost that much grip, and handling seems to be a little bit more important. So I think it's good. Hopefully it continues to lose more grip. I won't be able to tell you after qualifying if it's lost more grip or not until we get out there tomorrow in the race, and you hope you hit it right.
Early in the year, there's a lot of doubt among the forwards. Like, just you guys hadn't won that many races early, but now you guys have the most in the playoff field. Do you take any pride in that?
Yeah, I think us as like a forward group, right? Like we can take pride in that for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it just took time. We had a new car and tested it maybe twice in the off season. You just don't really know what you have until you get there and you get competing with all the other cars. And yeah, it just took everybody a little bit to find their way, but that was kind of expected, and I feel like we were patient with it. I didn't get spun out, right away. If the first couple months we weren't like, oh, our speed's not where it needs to be, it's like, well, we'll just keep working on it and try to find things that are going to improve us and make us a little bit better each week. And then we finally, I think we've hit on it pretty well. So I've been proud of the work that everyone's done at our race shop and Ford to try to work with us on, hey, what do we need? How do we need to get better? And so yeah, just that took patience, and that's part of this game, long year, and even when things aren't right, like can we get them right as close as we can? So proud of the effort on our side for that.
Such an unpredictable first round. You got super speedway, road course, short track. How do you kind of prepare for that as a driver? Obviously, you do have a nice advantage going into the postseason, but how do you prepare for that?
Yeah, I mean, those advantages, they can vanish rapidly. If you have a bad day tomorrow, I don't know. You just take it one race at a time and control each lap like the best that you can. And the only thing you can do on our is like just everybody do your job and execute, no mistakes. And whatever happens. Like if you get caught up in a big melee, you can't really upset. Like we did all we could and just didn't really want in the cards for us, and we'll move on to next week and try to be better next week and finish well. So yeah, definitely a funky round, round one. I think you're going to have teams that make mistakes. I think you see that kind of, especially in round one, 16 of us. You have some teams that make mistakes on pit road or on the racetrack and things like that, and it kind of bites them. You just hope to not be one of those teams.
Ryan, everyone's talking about the uncertainty, obviously, between rounds 1 and 2, specifically with Atlanta and Talladega, but you're somebody that excels with that style of racing. You've won on those tracks before. Do you feel that these opening rounds cater to you, whereas other drivers might be kind of too chaotic?
I don't know. I mean, I enjoy speedway racing, here in Vega and Daytona. I've come to these racetracks like looking forward to them. I feel like some people don't do that. Some people come to these places and despise them, and it's like, that's not a good mindset to have before you even get out there. So we put a lot of effort into how can I kind of refine my craft at these places, and how can I do the best job behind the wheel of understanding when I need to go and be aggressive and when it's kind of time to be patient and chill out a little bit. And so I look forward to them, and I understand, you understand that a lot of it's out of your control. Like I haven't finished the Daytona race in 2 years, and I've just been like meat in the sandwich of just getting caught up from someone else's stuff. But it's like, that's just part of it. Oh well, you know. So, but I do think we do a good job here at these places. So I don't see it as an advantage, but at the same time, we do a good job as a group, and me and Timmy do a good job of kind of communicating through these races and just trying to put yourself in the best spot. So that's really all you can lay back on.
Thank you.
Coming up scares you the most?
If I look at it from that standpoint, just maybe scared, just concerned, right? And I mean, probably Atlanta's the one that sticks out the most in super speedways. You know, it's the first race of the round. You hope to have a solid one. But I mean, shoot, all of them are concerning at this point. Bristol, Watkins Glen. There's another Talladega in there. You know, so there's something to be concerned about this schedule of the playoffs are.
How important is it to get your pit stops just exact at Watkins Glen, because you can gain so much there and lose so much?
Yeah, I mean, I think the strategy of Watkins Glen will be interesting. And none of us know what it's going to be until we see what the fall off is. Right? So until you get practice in, you'll have at least a better idea of what that fall off looks like to come up with the right strategy. And then you'll probably know more as the first run goes, seeing what that looks like too. So, right, it's one thing what happened at a tire test, what happened at a wheel force test. Drivers will adjust, teams will adjust. What does the fall off really look like? Is the track representing more? All those things are going to come into the equation, so it's going to be kind of tricky to know for sure.
Joey, I think back to your win here last year. I believe Pensky cars qualified 1, 2, 3 and dominated that entire race. How easy or simple will it be to see that again tomorrow from any one team?
It won't be simple or easy. It wasn't then either, but hopefully we got some fast cars. Our super speedways with Team Penske and the Mustang in general, you see that through a couple of the 4 teams. It's been really good. So we're hoping that we qualify well here in a few minutes and able to put our Auto Trader Mustang in the front. And I mean, stage points are the name of the game. I mean, there's no telling that what's going to happen at the end of this thing. So you know, we'll try to position ourselves to the front and try to stay up there as long as we can.
Early in the year, it was like the Fords are struggling. Now you guys have more than any other make in the playoffs. Like, how does that feel to come back and do that?
It's good. I mean, we're never where we want to be, right? I mean, I think you always got to stay hungry and stay looking for more. And a lot of it depends on the track. There's no doubt on super speedways, I'm pretty confident in what we've brought. And there's other tracks where we have work to do still, where we are not the best yet. So we still have some areas we need to keep grinding on.
How do you feel Penske is as a whole going into the playoffs this year?
I think we feel pretty good. You know, I mean, we got the numbers in there, which is great, right? I mean, anytime you put more bullets in there, we're got a better shot at winning the thing. So that part's great. So hopefully we can capitalize on that part of it. You know, the one probably part that's not great about it is we don't have a lot of playoff points. Most of our cars don't. I mean, Blaney's got some, but not a whole bunch either. So, you know, that just takes the mulligans away, right? But there's only like 3 or 4 cars that really have that. So, you know, I think maybe when you get to the round of 8 and you're trying to get into the championship 4, you're probably going to have to win because those guys have so many points ahead of you. And they're solid right now. I mean, they earned them, but they're also still fast. It's not like they've fallen off as part of the season. So I could see as it gets around to 8 where it's going to be really tricky for us. But we've proven plenty of times you get hot at the right time and you win that first race in the round of 8, you're sitting pretty. So I feel good for those reasons.
And the even year?
Yeah, sure. I don't believe in all that stuff, but it sounds cool when you say it. Maybe I should believe in it this year.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
What's up? Michael Massie here, Frontstretch.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.